Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacey and I'm a mature student studying with the Open University towards a degree in childhood and youth studies, and today I thought I would do a kind of, well, a Techo Kaigi is I think what it's called, which is basically going over my current setup, planner setup, and then working out what does and doesn't work for me in preparation for setting up my 2025 planner setup, I guess, and just trying to work out what I'm going to do, because there need to be some changes basically. So this will probably be quite a long chatty video, so feel free to pause the video, go and grab yourself a snack and a drink. I've got a cup of tea here because it's a cold day, which is, it's actually like a really nice chilly day, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so this is the first year that I've been using Hobonichi and some of the more, I guess, premium brands of stationery, and I'm hooked. I set myself kind of not a task, because that makes it sound like work and it's not, but I set myself kind of a challenge to try lots of different kinds of stationery and just see what I did and didn't like. So this year has been the year of trial and error, and I had already resigned myself to that. I knew that I would probably buy things that I didn't want to use in future, and that I would buy things and love them and want to buy 100 of them because I have a scarcity mindset. So this was all about experimentation. Previously to the Hobonichi, I was in a happy planner, which, let me move this all out of the way. We're going to go through these in size order, so let me just pop them out of the way and I'll pop them there. Okay, so this was my happy planner that I was in. I had set it up myself, so these are the extra big rings. This is a disc bound journal, and I still love this thing. I'm not getting rid of it. I will probably still use it at some point, but yeah, so I bought this cover separately as well. Let's see, this was like last year. This is like the start page of it. This was what I think they call in the happy planner world a bit of a Franken planner, because I'd put lots of different things together to make it. It's not just one planner. And I did love this in the sense of like just how like kind of cute it was. Like, this is adorable. I don't think anyone can deny that. That's adorable, you know. But there were also, it was just so big. It was like, so this is all from last year, and I have bajillions of stickers, and I used to do a lot of decor in it, but realistically I did not need this much space. That was what it boiled down to, and I felt like every time I had like an appointment somewhere which required bringing this, it was huge. It was absolutely massive to take anywhere, and I found myself in situations where more and more I needed to take a smaller planner with me. So I actually purchased, which is under the bed in storage, they do like a small version, and I think it's called a Planner Mini in Happy Planner world, but I was basically just duplicating everything, and I don't know, I'd seen so much about Hobonichi and I was like, I'm just gonna give it a go. I really struggled to keep up with this. I really felt like I had to be creative all the time. I had to use a lot of planners because I just wasn't using it, a lot of stickers, sorry, because I wasn't using it as much. So like this, say for example this week, it just felt like I wasted a lot of really cute stickers because I didn't actually use it that week. So yeah, I love this. I think this is great for if you are someone who has a lot of different plans, and you like to be creative all of the time, like, yeah, all of the time, I guess. this is the planner for you. It was great for that, but I just wanted to whittle it down a little bit. So I'm going to go over this very briefly because this is my Commonplace book, and you've seen it in my last video or few videos, I can't even remember now. But this is a Colour Cafe pouch that I keep it in with a Traveller's Company clip. I've got a little sketchy one, like a plain book here, and my watercolour paper here. And I use a Kaigi, I think it's like luminescent or something. It was a limited edition one. My sticker release paper, and this is my Commonplace book. Now, I think I'm going to have to change this next year because it's just, I think I actually said it in my, what one was that? I think it was in my Commonplace, my Commonplace video. I want to say that this is just that tiny bit too small, I think, to be super enjoyable for writing in as much as I like to. And I'm not sure. So I think I might go for an A6 size next year. I have a couple of thoughts on that, which I can get into in my 2025 video. But this, I think for me, I think I would like to use this because I have some plans next year for travel. I think I would like to use this as a travel planner. Because I'm not getting the use out of some of the accessories, like this this Galen leather little wallet. I'm not really getting use out of it. I don't feel like I'm using this to its full potential. And someone I know suggested a standard size, and I'm not saying I'm not going to buy a standard size because that is very, very tempting, but I just still don't know that I would use it as a Commonplace. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I think I want to test a couple of things out, but I think A6 might be where I'm leaning to for next year, because it's just, if you see, it's just that tiny bit bigger. It's not like a huge amount. Let me use one of these books. It's not a huge amount bigger, but it's just, I feel like it might just be better. We'll see. Like I said, it's all, I'm not saying that next year is going to be the year I perfect my planner setup, but I think I would like to try something a little bit different. So that's the plan for that, is to go bigger, I think. This I purchased on a whim from Amazon very late in the season. So it was like, I didn't even use a lot of it. So I got it quite cheap. And I literally just thought it was beautiful and I wanted to try it. So this is the, what is this? The Arts and Science Planner from Hobonichi. And this is A6. And so with this one you get like the yearly calendar. Then you get, what do they call this? I can't remember, like your week at a glance, year at a glance or something. Yearly, I can't remember what they call that. But this is then the monthlies, which I quite like the size of the squares in this, the boxes. And then, and you can either decorate it or not. And I think there's just kind of just the right amount of space actually for that, which I enjoy. And then there's no weeks. Again, that's something I enjoy. So I started to use this initially as a bit of a daily to do. So it was like, and like a note page, or like a feeling tired and rough kind of thing, and just generally living in it a little bit, just seeing what suited me. It did not suit me like that. So I have started to keep it as a book review, and I think probably more like a media review book. I still need to write this one, but I have never really kept like a book journal or a book review or a media review journal, but I'm starting to feel the pull. So I've just used some washi to block off the dates. This is an English version, so we've still got the quotes, which I actually enjoy. I know a lot of people don't enjoy that, but I do. Yeah, so I think maybe that's what I'm going to do. And I can just keep all my thoughts about things in here, which is more like a review, because in my Commonplace book, I write quotes and things like that, but I don't review the book as such. I just take parts out if I've got quotes that I want to write down, or sort of nifty bits of information. That's what I will do in my Commonplace, but I don't actually review it. So I thought this was a good idea, especially with my memory being as it is. So I think I'm literally just going to start filling the pages like that now. And I'll go back and do the ones in the front that I didn't use as well. So that's, and I'm going to keep that for next year and just see how I get on with that, see if it works for me. But I just think these are just so beautiful. And I think that's kind of why I fell in love with the A6 size, because it's just, I don't know why, it just feels nice in your hand, for me. Anyway, so onto the weeks. This is my Tragan cover that I spoke about in my 2025 Hobonichi unboxing. I'm still loving it. It's beautiful. The only bad thing about this is it picks up all the cat hair. But other than that, I love it. The weeks isn't going anywhere, and you will have already had that spoiler if you have seen my 2025 Hobonichi unboxing. This is just my staple. This is my EDC, so my everyday carry, and I log periods, steps. I use the monthlies. I love the monthlies in here. I don't know, this is just perfect for me. I can't think of a more perfect planner, and I honestly think if I just had to pick one, it would be a weeks, and probably a weeks mega, actually, if I'm honest. For 2025, I just got the normal weeks, but yeah, that's fine. So we have the monthlies as well, and then I don't know, I kind of decorate this as and when, like I don't, some days are more decorated than others. This was my birthday week, so that's why I popped some pictures in, just sort of messing about with it. I might do a little bit more of this next year, actually. Like this week here was a week we went to Scotland, so there's no to-dos, but I just logged where we went on those days, because we were in a motorhome, so we were travelling here, there and everywhere. Yeah, so something I love about this is I'm not the exact opposite actually to the Happy Planner is I'm not in any, I don't feel obligated, I think is the word I'm looking for, to decorate a lot. Like I'm not using tons and tons of stickers here. I can if I want to, if I'm feeling creative, or I can just put a little bit of washi in and not do an awful lot. Like these are the weeks where I actually had lots to do that week, but I didn't write it in here because I was so busy. But that was all decorating and stuff. So this whole week I was decorating my kitchen, and this week as well I was repainting all the cupboards and stuff. So I didn't have a lot of things to write down, but I was actually ridiculously busy. So yeah, just, I don't know, this kind of just works for me. I generally use this side for to-dos, and then here I use, so let me show you, see if I can show you on one of these. I got one that I haven't done. I'd do the lines actually quite a way ahead, so I'm not sure if it'll focus, but you can see that there's two dots So you can see there it's got the 2 dots, and that breaks up this page into thirds. And then on this side you have this line here. I tend to, as you can see, let's go back to that. Oh, it's quite a good example. So this one here, this side here, it's like I've got a GP text that should come through. It's not an actual appointment, it's just to say this is what should be happening that day. I log things like period, the fact that it was the first day of autumn, so that kind of thing goes in here. And then here is like for actual appointments and things like that. And then this side is to remind myself when I'm uploading or when I'm putting things on Instagram, because I am awful, absolutely awful at remembering to post on Instagram. I think I'm so busy when I open up the app, I'm so busy looking at other people's that I forget that I actually went on there to post my own. So yeah. And then this side is to-do list. So yeah, that's just how I generally use it. I don't know, I may swap this around a little bit. I might try in the next couple of weeks, see how I feel about it. But this is basically how it's been working for me. In the back, so again, because this is a mega, you get like 217 extra pages in the back. So it's that much. And you only get that much anyway, so it's like half the book again, basically. So I started off with like a vision board, New Year's resolutions and goals. And then, so I was going to use the back of this as a commonplace originally. I'm sure I actually mentioned. And then I didn't. So I'll test out my new stamps, like birthday ideas for Harry, little notes and stuff. So I've got these tabs. So this is like a list one, this is for general. So I'll do like lists and that here, and then this is like what I was originally using for like if I had meetings and stuff, and to remember people's names and different routines and things for Harry, and financial plans and stuff like that. So yeah, what I will say, the only thing I actually do want to change next year are these. I got these on Etsy and I don't even remember where I got them from, but these little vellum tabs were so pretty when I put them on. I love a bit of vellum, but they are honestly so tatty and they just look crap, if I'm honest. So I'm going to change those. I have, you probably saw actually, but on this A6 one here, oh, can you see? There. So these are little Midori tabs, and these come in a pack of, I think that you get like 4 in a pack. They're so much smaller, they're so much more durable, and I've got these on my cousin as well, and they're just so much nicer. So I've got, I actually bought another lot to go, like some pink ones to go with my new weeks, but I think I've actually got one of these left as well, 1 or 2 of these grey ones that I can use on any of my other, if I don't want pink ones on my other journals or planners. So I think that's probably the only thing I'll change. That, and I have got another cover that I mentioned in my 2025 Hobonichi haul. I will probably use that, but realistically this is my everyday. This is what I'll use every day. For 2025, I guess another big difference I have is that the weeks I have are just normal weeks. They're not mega weeks mega, whatever you want to call it. But I have loads of these, so I don't, and I haven't used all the pages in the back of this one, so I think probably it'll be okay. And then moving on, we have the light of my life. Why is that not focusing? Oh, it is now. some of you eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed that I've changed the decor on the front. I ordered these from America. They're little, is it agate geode, just a little gem to go on the front, because the other one is already leaving big dents. And although I have purposely not babied this because I want the patina, I want it to be lived in, it was already making huge dents, and I wanted something that was a bit flatter for when I'm writing. So yes, this came the other day and I put it on straight away. It's gorgeous. With this I use my TWSBI Eco. I have to say, this is my favourite pen of all time, and I definitely want more of these, and I just want to get one for each planner. I just love this so much. But yeah, generally this is where I keep it. Okay, so this one, this is very personal, a lot of this, so I'm not going to go into a lot of the stuff in it, but this one will probably have, this is going to evolve with me. That I knew from the beginning, but at the moment I use this book for notes for Harrison's school meetings. We end up having a lot of school meetings and stuff, so I like to keep a record of things in here just so I can take notes in the meetings so I don't forget things. I don't know, I think I said where this is from. This is a Grand Voyager XL from Paper Republic. Yeah, so we have this like cardboard folder. They call this like a cash and card folder or something. That's not how I would use it. It's beautiful, but I wouldn't use it for that. So I use it for my big post-it notes and my Midori, I don't know how they pronounce, Chirato clips. So these ones are bronze. I use the silver ones in all of my other planners. This is my brain dump book. So there's lots of different lists and things like that in here, but again, it's mostly quite private stuff. But this is literally like, if I need to write something down, this is where it goes. If there's like, I take this with me everywhere. So generally speaking, this could have something from a shopping list to a detailed list of, I don't know, it's not even really lists, it's like thoughts about something that I want to get into deeper in therapy or whatever it is. So, and then this one is my journal. So again, I'm not going to show this. I do not tend to decorate it except for the very odd, like I do like little tarot. I've got little tarot stickers, and sometimes I'll add a little bit on there. That's it. I don't tend to decorate it. It's very much a just write in it, get all my thoughts out, that kind of thing. Like I say, I bought the writer's bundle, so I do actually have quite a few extra notebooks to go in this, saved and ready to go. So I can add to this or take away from this whenever I want to or need to. I will be doing that. This is just going to stay as it is for now because it's working like this. But I suspect I'll be adding another book to this as well for some other things. I don't even know what to call this. This is just my everything notebook of, even if I'm out and I hear something or whatever and I want to write it down to remember to commonplace it later, this is where it goes, like in my brain dump one. So maybe that one will be what's the word, expanded on by adding another book or whatever, just to kind of separate some of it, but probably not because it works as it is for now. Then we have my Hobonichi cousin in this And Lieber cover, which I've spoken about in other videos, so I'm not going to go too deeply into that. I purchased this purely because I saw lots of people doing these gorgeous spreads in these online, And that's the honest truth. That's what it boils down to. I loved seeing that. And then when I got this is a spring start, and I got this later on as well, so it was a bit cheaper. When I got this, I thought, I'm going to do all these amazing spreads and they're going to be fantastic just like everybody else. I don't use it like that at all. It's not for me in that way. And I realise now it's because the pages are dated. So I got this, like I say, I got this thinking that I was going to just be the same as everybody else and love it in that way, and I don't. It starts like this with the yearly, and then you've got these pages which are, I can't remember what they call this, it's like they call it something, which I have been toying with the idea of doing a like a habit tracker for housework and things like that. I started planning it out, and then got distracted and haven't done that yet. So I was going to carry it on over to here and actually use it for the rest of the time. We'll see if that happens. I would like to try and see like how it would work for me, but we'll see what we can do. Briefly, we've got monthlies, very much like the weeks. Yeah, very similar. Love them, great. Then we go, as I said, to the weeklies, and I hate them. They don't work for me. And even when I've seen other people do other things with them, like memory keeping and that, it just doesn't work for me. So I don't know what that's all about. For me, it doesn't work. Like I said, I think the dailies do work, and if I'm to use them like this, I think though that I would end up doing kind of, yeah, I like this bit where I can be very creative on the front pages of the months. But other than that, maybe if I forgot about, maybe just did the months, because I feel like when I journal I have a lot to say, so or nothing to say, like it's usually one or the other. So I'll put something down and I'll want to carry on another page, and it will be very constrictive, or I'll have almost nothing to say and I won't have written anything for a few days. And I have to say I do struggle with that quite a bit. So I'm just kind of using it like this for now, but I think this is what I'm going to do with an A6 next year. I'm going to be honest, it feels like too much space. It just feels like too much space for me. I don't really need this. I can use it, and I do use it, but I don't need it. So my thoughts are, and I've already ordered it, I'm going to try an A6 next year. So it won't be this one, not the Life and Science version, although I have nothing against this. And I do quite like the fact that you get the full day. And I think these are slightly bigger. I'm not sure. Maybe not actually looking at it, but it feels like they're slightly bigger squares. But I'm going to get the original A6 Hobonichi. Well, it's not a cousin, but in A6, the original. And I'm going to give that a go, because I think, and that doesn't have the weeks in it as far as I'm aware. So it's just the months and the days. And they are set up like this, but I'm going to get them in the English version. This is the Japanese version. And I think it'll be really nice to keep as, I like the daily to-dos. I like that I have, because in my Hobonichi I have my weeklies. So these are just things that I need to get done over that week. So this is like a weekly to-do. And I think the reason that the weeklies in this work so well for me is because of things like my fibromyalgia, but also just because of how my life is at the moment. Some things just have to be done that week. It's not often that anything is very specifically for that day. So that kind of works for me, and I don't feel like there's a huge amount of pressure. But recently it's been quite nice, especially for uni work and stuff, to be able to write down, right, well, today I need to do activity 2.7, 2.8 and 2.9 or whatever it is. And then just have like a little bit of space to write in that will be like a memory type journal, just like a little what I did that day. For me, I think that's going to work so much better. So then I thought, well, I know I need to grab it actually. I thought to myself, well, I know in my Commonplace video, I was talking about this notebook that I've had for a while from Muji, and how nice it would be as a Commonplace book. And I thought, well, I've ordered a case for the A6 Techo as well, but I thought how nice it'd be that if you're thinking that this is A6, so my planner will go this side, and then I can pop this in this side. I'll show you in the actual video. But then I've got my Commonplace with my planner, my daily planner. And I thought that might be quite nice, so I could use that. We'll see. It's all about trial and error, isn't it? So I think that's my plan. I think that's my plan, because I'm not sure. That, or I'm going to go A5 for my Commonplace and use this cover, but like I showed you in one of my other videos, I have a lot of notebooks, so it's not even like I need to buy anything. So potentially that's an option. I even thought about using one of these notebooks as a Commonplace. I don't know. I think maybe A6 is the way to go for now. We'll see. I quite like the idea of an A6. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I can change it. That's what I'm telling myself. This is sorry, I've gone all croaky now. This is a B6 notebook from Amazon. It's the brand is Reticy. I'll link it down below. And these little charms are moleskin notebook charms. I put this on here. I did that on my Cricut and put it on here. That doesn't come like that. It's just blank. And this is like I guess like a fake leather. It feels nice. Now, I originally got this as a journal, but then it quite swiftly turned into like a memory journal. That was so sad. That was the day that Harrison realised some things about Christmas. And then I do like tarot spreads and stuff, so I bought these stickers, and I did a 6-month spread, and so I put the corresponding stickers so I can always see that spread and how it was. It goes that way. Which was not the best spread of my life actually. And then, you know, like just ephemera and stuff, like holiday journaling, just that kind of thing. And I print these out on my it's not a Canon Ivy, it's like the European version is a Zoe Mini, I think is what it's called, but the same thing essentially. And I love that. It's great because this is one sheet, but it divides it up into 4 to make it a bit smaller. So yeah, just I don't know, just it kind of turned itself into that, which is nice. But yes, I think I'll be keeping this. I don't see a reason why not. I haven't used it in a while. I kind of love the idea of using a Hobonichi for this, which I think I may change to eventually. But yeah, we'll see. I think I've still got quite a way to go in this, and I do like the idea of finishing it up. And this size for me, I have a lot to say generally when I'm memory keeping and things, so yeah, this works for me. It's also lovely, like I went through this the other day with Harrison, and he remembered some things that he'd forgotten, and it was just so lovely. So yeah, this is going to stay for now. When I've finished this book, I think I will probably be going into, perhaps that's when I'll use a cousin. That might be better. And I'll use the cousin for the memory keeping aspect. Last but not least is the good old pucker pad. Again, I'm not going to go into this because, well, I'll show you in the back. You all know what a pucker pad looks like anyway. This I'm currently using as my morning pages because I was originally using an A5, which actually isn't, I don't think that's a size that was originally meant for morning pages. I think it's, I want to say it's like a B5. I could be wrong because it's American, but I was doing an A5 but just doing loads of pages, which for some reason just felt like a drag. And again, I have a lot to say, so I do my pages in here. I have just restarted the Artist's Way, which I think I might actually do a video on, because I've seen a few videos recently come up on my feed talking about morning pages, and they are their version of morning pages, I guess, but not the Julia Cameron original way. So yeah, if you're interested in that, then I will tell you the process, because I'll be going on some artist dates and things like that, just to kind of get my creativity flowing again. Yeah, so this is what I'm using at the moment. The whole point, in a nutshell, of morning pages is that it's not supposed to be decorative. I use like a really rubbish pen. It's not a rubbish pen, it flows really beautifully, but it's a pen that I would never use in my nice journals. But because it writes so beautifully and flows on this paper, that's why I use it. It's just like a little Temu pen, but it wouldn't work in my on my nicer paper. So, but yeah, this isn't meant to be reread. It's not meant to be neat. It's not meant to be decorated. Like, that's not what it's meant for. It's meant to get things out and get your brain flowing in a different way in the morning. So, and that's how I use it. So I do not use a decorative journal for that. I just use this because I scribble it down like you're kind of supposed to. I don't do my neatest writing in this, so yeah, there's no point doing it in a nice expensive journal for me. So that's, I'll be keeping this or something similar that I'll be using. I get through these pretty quickly because you have to write quite a lot. So it's generally these or something very, very, I'm trying to see on my desk. Yeah, I've got like a campus one, but even that's probably a bit, I just use the cheapy ones for that. And that is what my current setup is. Okay, so that is that for the notebooks. I feel like I have done what I set out to do and tested lots of different brands, lots of different notebooks, and I'm really happy with that. I still have some that I would like to try. I would like to try a standard TN. I would love a matching black version, standard version, to my passport size one. And Louise Carmen in Paris is a shop that sells beautiful journals, not dissimilar to my Paper Republic, and I think I would like one of those as maybe like the posher version to this, because this has always been like my, I want to be able to chuck it in a bag and not be precious about it. And I think I would really quite like a Louise Carmen Paris one, just to be a bit more like my, maybe like a desk version of that. Oh, I would still like to try so many pens and things like that. So there's plenty of that coming next year, I would think. But I think for this year, I've done as much as I could when it comes to testing products. A lot of different stickers, a lot of different washi tapes, a lot of different, what are they called, like pouches, desk pouches, pen pouches, that kind of thing. So I'm quite happy with what I've managed to try this year, and I'm looking forward to trying more next year. Things that for next year, the things that I want to capture are appointments, important dates, plans, things like that. Social media tasks, trackers, that kind of thing. Weekly and daily to-dos, I think, are definitely something I want to be focusing on. Memories of special or significant events, general memory keeping, thoughts, feelings, goals, dreams, tarot spreads, all the things that I do now. Uni deadlines and dates, commonplacing obviously, and then things like the book and media reviews. Again, I'm not going to swear I'm going to keep to that, but I will try. Things like financials, that's going to be an important, a lot of this stuff I'm tracking, but I'm tracking on my phone or online somewhere, and I would like to see how it looks on an analog setting, put it that way. I think that's kind of like things like the housework and stuff like that. I do have checklists, but they're on things like Notion, so I would like to put them into an analog setting and see if that works better for me. Things like meal planning and stuff like that. So that's kind of my task for next year, is to work out a system that is simpler than the one I have now, because that stack is just too big. So I would like a simpler system to the one I have now, but that contains more information, which sounds undoable, doesn't it? It doesn't sound doable at all. So we'll see what happens. If you can hear scratching, that's my cat trying to get in. So I'm going to leave this video there, and I will see you all again next week. Thank you so much for watching and supporting, and I will see you all again very soon. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.